Good afternoon and welcome to Cleveland Browns Daily, brought to you by Ballybet, an official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly, and there's a little bit of joy. The convalescing, it's continuing, but at least we're going to get, we don't know how long, but we're going to get some joy of Bo Bishop here today. Dude, how are you, man? I'm worried about you, missing you. By the way, young Gabriel, who's now the head honcho and has been running the show with great aplomb.
Yeah.
He had influenza A. You had influenza B. He says you guys are collecting the strands like Pokemon. Well,
I'll tell you, we're going to do the best we can here. Has anything happened this week? Been pretty quiet in my absence? Anything big at all? Do we do anything around the building?
We introduced Todd Monken as the head coach, the 19th head coach in the history of the Cleveland Browns. That was on Tuesday.
That's a great day to miss.
We've had that.
That's a great day.
Yeah, you're fine. You're safe.
It was. I watched it.
Yeah.
Spent most of my time sleeping, but watched the introductory press conference, and it was so cool to see him in that spotlight, deliver the way that I knew that he would. And I know the interview that you did with him, which I assume we're going to play tomorrow.
Yes.
It was so spectacular. Saw that as it dropped this morning. Everything that you and I remember from him. I mean, it's been a while. It's 2019, the last time he was here. And he was in studio a lot with us, as we've lamented many times. But just from the perspective of you haven't seen a guy in a while. And to see him back and unchanged and more motivated and more driven and focused and direct than ever, it was awesome. I thought he just crushed it. I knew he would, but I just thought he just crushed it. And can't wait to see him again. Can't wait to get back in the building and see everybody and see how this staff comes together. But this is a guy, you think about guys who pay dues, and my God, you can't pay more dues than he's paid in his life to get to this point. And the appreciation that he has for this opportunity, I think he's going to be pretty damn unrelenting in regard to how he goes about his business. I think he's very driven for how he's going to do it. You wait this long for an opportunity like this, you're not going to compromise on much. And I think that is going to be a wonderful thing for this organization, and I think people are just going to follow him in droves, truly. He's truly an incredible leader. I thought he crushed it, buddy. Really did.
Yeah, he did a great job. He's authentically him. He speaks in a very plain way. He's a football coach, through and through.
Yeah.
He's been a part of a football team, as he said, for 55 years. By the way, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Coach.
Hey, happy birthday, Coach.
60 years old. I'm 60. 60 years old.
God, she was great.
Her
hit rate was pretty good.
Very high. Clevelander.
Yeah.
By the way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Molly Shannon. Sure.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I suppose in your circles.
It's true.
Hobnobbing with those people.
No. Yes. I think he's done it's been great. The fan reaction, certainly to the interview has been excellent, and appreciate all of the comments that, that I've received on it. And I know a lot of people have watched the entire interview. And I can't remember the last time, we first of all, to put out something long form like that's just an interview. That's 31 minutes and change. Like, for people to watch all of that doesn't happen very often anymore in today's society. That's not just, you don't get people to watch a 30-minute video on YouTube. And so, he's captivating. I think our fans are excited. Now, we can't do anything until we get on the field and prove it, but it does feel like we have a good direction and a good leader, and somebody that is who resonates with not only these great fans, this region, and just, people who love ball, because that's what he does.
Yeah, and I think the appreciation I have for a guy who, I just thought that decision you win 2 national championships at Georgia, you're at the top of the college football mountain, and the realization that but what I really want is something bigger.
Yep.
And I'm willing to do what it takes, even if there is a small chance that I can attain it. But even if it's small, I'm willing to take that risk. He could have just stayed in Athens. They recruit, their NIL's locked in. Like, you could have won more national championships. That was a job that wasn't going anywhere. And honestly, the way college football is becoming now, if you're an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, you really don't have to recruit anymore. That's not something you have to do. So it's one of those things where he could have been very comfortable just staying there, just crushing it financially, winning titles. But he realized that in order to try to attain his ultimate goal of being a head coach in the NFL, he had to get back to the league. And so he took that shot. Now, it was a great shot. You get to coordinate the Ravens, and everybody acknowledges that. But there are no guarantees. There are none.
Yeah, he picked them in particular because of, his goal was to elevate Lamar Jackson as a passer. And boy, did he. Boy, did he.
Did.
And when you do that, you get a lot of people's attention. You give a guy MVP in his first season with him and really had an even better year in year 2, but they were just to the point where, all right, you can't win 3 MVPs, so Josh Allen's got to win one.
Yeah, the old Michael Jordan thing, right? Like we got to give it to somebody else. So I just have a great appreciation for him and the idea that he got his chance at 60. And look, you think about Bruce Arians, that worked out quite well, and let's hope that something like that works out here too. This is obviously going to be it's a massive off season for us, and so many holes that need to be plugged, and we'll see how Andrew Berry and Todd and everybody kind of goes about that. But at the same time, I just think when you're the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, you're the forward face of the organization.
That's right.
And I'm just really proud that it's him. I think he represents a lot of what makes what this organization aspires to be, and I think a lot what the fans aspire for the organization to be. So I thought it hit every note.
Yeah, it was great. And like we said, now we got to go win. We got to get some talent on this offensive side of the football. We got to bring in, obviously some people. We went through the offensive line yesterday in our first position, review. We looked at the interior of the offensive line. Oof. The 4 guys that played the most snaps for the team are all unrestricted free agents. You've had your left guard's been your starter since 2014, and we don't know if Joel Bitonio is going to retire, if he'll come back, or if he'll say, I do want to play one more year, but I'm going somewhere where it's like a locked-in Super Bowl contender, a team that's not in the same stage of its life as the Browns. Ethan Posick's been the starter for the last 4 seasons. Wyatt Teller's been the starter since 2019.
Gosh.
All unrestricted free agents. Tevin Jenkins, who then played the next most snaps, he's an unrestricted free agent. Whippler's hurt, and Zinter has been, unfortunately, not the guy that you hoped he would be when you drafted him, because he was supposed to be a plug-in, forget about it, him for the next decade at one of those guard spots. And not say he can't be, it just we haven't seen that yet.
Let's say best case scenario that Joel comes back for one more year. When you were done kind of going through the offensive line, how many new faces did you kind of settle on?
Like if let's say we're going to carry 9.
Let's say Joel comes back
and
for
we
one
carry
more run at it.
9 offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Joel would be there. DeJuan would be there. I think Luke Whippler would be there. And then I think that it's wide open. I think you could have as many as 6 new guys. Yeah.
5 or 6.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were talking about the offense. Yeah. I mean, you're going to have 10 to 14 new guys on the offense. The defense, you could roll out a defense right now. You could play right now.
I was just trying to think, from an organization standpoint, when's the last time the offensive line has it's probably never needed that type of overhaul in one offseason.
And I talked with Chris Rose. We were talking yesterday, and he's, he wants an offensive lineman at 6, and, I want a receiver at 6.
Well, I'm with you.
And, we talked about some of the offensive linemen. Then he couldn't believe I got him with since the Browns have returned, name the wide receivers they've taken in the first round. And it's just Braylon and Corey Coleman, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it, since 1999.
Yeah. That's the list.
That's the list. So then maybe we got him to come around a little bit, but he's still much more O-line. But, I said if you're honest about it, the Browns from 2014 until today, if you added their ranking every year of their offensive line, we're probably a top 5 team in the league.
Yes, for
over the last 12, 13 years.
No doubt.
And so what that hasn't led to is a great deal of success. I'm not saying that offensive line is not important. It is very important. I'm saying we would be at the bottom of that if you did it the other way in kind of skill position, and certainly in pass catching. Yeah. We'd be near the bottom. So you need
say
both.
That Chris Rose wanting offensive line at 6 is a very Cleveland thing.
Yeah. Well, he said I'm an old school guy.
Oh, my God. The amount – I love him, but the amount of my wife's family who grew up here their whole life and Browns fans for their whole life, the amount of times in the last damn near 20 years that I've lived in Ohio that they've came up to me and said, man, we just got to get better on the offensive line. We got to draft some more offensive linemen. I would oftentimes say we quite literally have the best offensive line in football. Yep. And then the other counter I'd always give to that is give me the full list of offensive linemen who played in front of Tom Brady. Yeah. Logan Mankins and wait, I'll wait.
Yep.
Give me the list.
Yep.
Give me the list. There is something about it where there's I don't know. It almost seems like for some it feels like it's a safer pick. Like if you miss off an offensive lineman, it doesn't hurt as bad. It's not as flashy.
We just did miss on an offensive lineman. 10th
I know.
Overall.
I'm with you. Trust me. But it's almost like it gets forgotten. If you miss on a quarterback in the first or a receiver, it's like it carries a scarlet letter much longer than if you miss on a tackle. Like you're talking about, you and I are talking about Jed right now. Like it rarely gets brought up.
Yeah.
Rarely. But people still talk about Corey Coleman.
100%. 100%.
And it's just because,
the funny thing is, and I mean, that's it. Mm-hmm. That's it. I mean, Braylon was what,
2005?
That was to say 2005. Is that
4
right,
or 5?
Gabriel? 2005. He was third pick in 2005. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's pretty good.
Could have drafted Julio Jones. We did not.
Sure.
There are a lot of guys that we could have drafted, but
Tet McMillan.
Well, that was last year. We know that's.
But it is.
That
this
one
is a weapons
my
game.
Feathers. It is a weapons game. It is a weapons game, and having a good defense obviously is very important. And the Browns have made significant investment in that. But without the requisite offense, it does not matter as much. And Seattle is an interesting one because they've got a homegrown offensive line. They've been able to play a little bit of bully ball at their offensive line. Darnold is obviously a second overall pick who's been one of the better quarterbacks in the league 2 years in a row. But they've got JSN, and JSN unlocks everything that they do. Literally everything.
There's no question. And so I think the Darnold thing's interesting because this is a guy, obviously, anybody in the league could have had for a bucket of balls if they wanted to have him. And he deserves a ton of credit for having the stick-to-itness to stay with it. He went to quarterback finishing school with some of the brightest minds you can go with. Everybody kind of knows the history.
Yep.
But the last 2 years when he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the league and now playing in a Super Bowl, he had Justin Jefferson and Jackson Smith and Jigba. And so if Justin Jefferson is the best and Jamar Chase, JSN's right there, like that helps.
He was the best this
year. That elevates.
That's for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That elevates.
That does.
So now that's the game.
Good news there is that Justin Jefferson was, I think, the 18th pick. Jackson Smith and Jigba was the 20th pick. So, if you did take a tackle early, if you're the Browns, Abuka went somewhere down in that area.
Teens, yeah.
Late teens. Hey, maybe you have to move up a little bit from that second one. Or maybe you move down from the first one and get something else, and see where you can get in that sweet spot. I think there are three receivers that people kind of think are on one tier: Tate, Lemon, and Tyson, and then there's the next group. And there are certainly some good players in there. Denzel Boston from Washington. There's some good guys in that second tier as well. The question is, what's your tier cutoff? How does your wide receiver tier cutoff compare to your tackle tier cutoff? And then how do those players compare? Is one of them a blue for you? And if they are, that's what you gotta go and get.
Yep. That'll be the job. That's the job that front office has to figure out. You're going to get one of them. You do the mock drafts, you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to get either your number 1 or number 2 receiver on your board or your number 1 or number 2 tackle on your board, and then you just have to weigh, if I'm going the opposite position here, is how big's that gap?
Yep.
I mean, that's the job.
Yep. Yeah, that's what you got to figure out. My guess is I think you're going to go a wide receiver and 2 offensive linemen with your first 3 picks would be my guess.
I would agree. Yeah.
And then you're going to be starting
and then honestly,
a lot of young guys on that offensive line.
Don't you think it's like every pick damn near, except maybe safety?
You could maybe have a safety. You could maybe have a linebacker, like later on. A linebacker. You've got good depth there, but we don't know if we're going to be able to keep Devin Bush. I know that everybody wants to keep Devin Bush. I know Devin Bush wants to stay, but he played himself into a salary level that, if there is a buyer at that level, is going to make it very difficult for the Browns to match that.
Yeah.
So that would that's like. Other than that, your starters are pretty much there. I mean, you could draft maybe another kind of nickel corner, but I kind of like the idea of, bringing back MJ Emerson inexpensively for a year or 2, whatever, and then hopefully he plays himself into a big contract that he so richly deserves. The idea of him and Tyson, and I think Tyson can kick inside. I mean, I loved him outside, but the way that guy plays the run and the physicality of it, you could kick him inside and Denzel on the other side, and all of a sudden, man, we are lockdown-ish, which would be fantastic if you're the Cleveland Browns. So, I'm with you, though. We wanted it last year. I wanted all offense. Now, it turns out that, Carson Schlesinger was so needed, and likely tonight he will take home the Defensive Rookie of the Year, which he should. And and he was just an absolute revelation, a game changer, a difference maker, a leader, and somebody who's going to be a pillar, I think, of this organization. Knock on wood that he can stay healthy for a very, very long time. Mason, we're going to need more from Mason. I think Mason was very good. We're going to need more from him next year. Young Gabriel.
So I have a scenario to discuss with you guys. So let's say.
Oh, good to see you, young Gabriel.
Yeah.
Hi, Bo. Convalescing. So let's say first round this year, we get to 6, and Jordan Tyson's gone, Carnell Tate's gone, Francis Maui-Noah's gone, Spencer Fanoa's gone.
Lemon.
Do you take
with that scenario?
Yeah, take Lemon.
Do you take the best offensive player available on the board, which would be Jeremiah Love?
No.
What are you talking?
No.
You're on timeout. You're going to come up here and suggest that after we have Quinshon Judkins, we drafted 2 running backs last year, that we're going to use the 6th overall pick on another running back?
He just put you in.
There was a question that was posed to me.
By who?
Someone.
They're on timeout.
No names?
No names.
By the transitive property, you're both on timeout. You have to vet this.
Hey,
you're sitting in that chair right now. You have to vet questions that make it to air. You're the head honcho.
When the question was posed to me, I was like, come on. Really?
Okay. Well,
Judkins Sampson?
Some of that truth.
Okay.
Why would you do that? You take Mekhi Lemon. That's what I said.
Well,
you're digging yourself out of a hole right now. You're digging yourself out of a hole right now, which I appreciate you doing.
It's receiver or tackle. I'm with you guys.
You should have led that way, though. The way that you led right there sounded like you were swayed by this.
I was not
voice.
swayed. Never.
Yeah, it seems like
no. I'm a strong individual with.
Was this Dr. J?
He thinks we should.
Oh, Dr. J. Dr. J.
He loves Jeremiah Love.
Get him in here. Get him on. You got to explain yourself. This is like when you said in your flag football league, your quarterback couldn't get you the football, and it turned out that he was a Division I quarterback. Pretty sure he could get you the football. All right, Dr. J, defend yourself.
Just defend this line of thinking, Dr. J.
Well, first off, we'll run first offense from what it seems like, at least for now. You get your 2 bell cows, and then you bring in your 3-punch.
How many bell cows do you need? Are we running the wishbone?
For now, we don't know when Judkins coming back with his injury.
Listen, I don't know how much time you've spent on farms, but as you know, Bo and I, our families, I run brown spotted. He runs the heifers. Yeah. It's called a bell cow for a reason.
Fair.
There's one cow with the bell that lets everybody know where they're at. There aren't 2 bell cows. Yeah. It's the bell cow.
What if you got 2 farms and you trying to run both of those bell cows?
They're on different one farm, brother. 1 bell cow per farm.
That's it.
That's it.
I like having.
Also, quite honestly, my farm isn't going to go very far if all I'm running is heifers because they're all women, and that's a problem.
It's a problem.
So I'm not going to get a whole lot done.
Well, you're a dairy farm.
But I still. I mean, it's fine.
I loan you brown spotteds for we call it the formal. Cover? We'll call it the prom season.
Okay.
That we call it, and then they go back to their yeah. We're continuing the species, duh.
Yeah. I'm not mad at those comments at all.
Some Angus. You're gonna make me angry. Sure. You're gonna make me angry with this talk. This is the craziest thing that I've heard, Dr. J. Since the year was 2018, and that's back when I would take some phone calls. This is pre-Bo.
Yeah.
And people were arguing with me that entire draft that we needed to take Saquon Barkley at 1, and then whatever quarterback's there at 4, we'll take that quarterback.
Yeah. Yep.
Whichever one. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. What do you mean?
Doesn't
it's only
matter.
the most important position in all professional sports.
Don't worry about it. Get yourself a back.
Dr. J, slide to the Collinsworth slide out. I mean, that's crazy. You're a receiver too, Dr. J.
Yeah.
I in fact am. I also think that this draft has a lot of good receivers in it.
Well, this is making me want to revisit. I think, at this time of the season, we should maybe replay our throwing session video, Dr. J. He said no. He was like,
no, he doesn't want to see that anymore.
He doesn't want to see it anymore.
No, I would like that, actually. I would. I keep telling you I want to run that back.
We'll run it back.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid. We'll run it back. All right. I mean,
we absolutely need to remake that.
I mean, I appreciate that you guys got us 5 minutes, but we're all right now. Our brains are less functioning than they were 5 minutes ago.
I'm foggy anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a fever dream.
You probably thought that suggestion was a fever dream.
Yeah, I really did. I thought it's an out-of-body experience.
Dr. J, that would be like you sitting down here and being like, I think at number 6 we should take another defensive tackle.
Peter Woods, come on down.
Yeah.
Put him in a rotation.
Yeah.
Can't have too many.
2 bell cows.
Jeez, Dr. J. Dr. J.
Bo's got Hathaway Brown on the farm over there. Ladies only.
It's like DJ.
And you're trying to get multiple bell cows.
David Bailey at 6? No.
I've said the names that are in play for me at 6, and then you threw in a couple of offensive linemen, which I'll allow. And Caleb Downs would be the only person that could be on defense that I would even be okay with, and I would be
tough still.
I would hate myself for being okay with it, and it would be, it'd still be very difficult.
It'd be very difficult.
Now, if he's Ed Reed,
I don't want to play against him. I'm hoping he's not for the Bengals.
Yeah.
I don't want him in the division, but at the same time,
I hope he doesn't go to the Bengals. I said this yesterday. Chris Rose was like, when Jeremiah had us taking that edge, he's like, was the best player, blah, blah, blah. And then Chris was like, I hope he doesn't go to the Bengals. And I said, I hope he does go to the Bengals. Whoever the Bengals draft in the first round, it's like a Musa curse on the defensive side of the ball. That means his career's over. So, just put the bus label on him.
Yeah, that seems to be the case for them.
By the way, if you do draft Denzel Boston, you have to just make sure that 4 years in the league, he doesn't decide to become constructed in a lab and come back weighing 800 pounds of muscle.
One of the craziest chosen physical transformations in NFL history.
And he did it right after, didn't he have in my mind, I may be making this up, but this is early in my fantasy football days, but in my mind, his father, David Boston, had a 1,500-yard year in Arizona.
I'm going to pull it up right now. You're right. He went for 1,598. Year 3 at Arizona, he went for 1,598
with Jake Plummer,
touchdowns.
I want to say.
Yeah. He was out of the league 3 years later.
3 years later. And went from
3
that.
years later.
And then he just got he looked like The Rock.
Yeah, he's first team All-Pro, talking about David Boston, of course, from Ohio State, great.
Yep.
He had 1,200 yards in his second year in the league, and then 1,598 and 8 touchdowns in his third, and then he missed half the season the next year, and then never got back, really. I mean, he had 880 yards in his fifth, and then missed 2004 with a knee injury, and then he was done.
It's crazy. And got huge. I mean, he got the fact that he passed tests is incredible to me.
Yeah, his arm. Yeah, he couldn't move.
It would be like if this was his arm, and then this helmet right here, this was his bicep.
Yeah,
and he was trying to run around and catch the ball. It made it hard.
I think that's fair.
It made it very difficult. Très difficile. I'm practicing my French.
Why?
There you go.
Oui, oui.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows why he is?
Je
voudrais
for
all
aller au Paris.
Outside is very froid.
Froid. Yeah. I wanted to say muy froid, but no.
That was what I was going to say, too.
Très froid. Very.
Très froid.
Yeah. Cold.
Jeez.
Cold indeed. How are you feeling right now? 24 minutes in.
I feel all right. I'm hanging in.
I don't
think I've said anything yet that's going to get me thrown off by the FCC.
No, I did a 30-minute opener yesterday, solo style. Little young Gabriel in there. Oh, yeah, just wanted to pontificating. And a lot of it actually was talking about, two things that I want to talk to you about. I know you've been doing a lot of sleeping, but I hope that in your convalescing, have you been able to digest any content? Are you watching anything?
Let me see. I did catch up on the night show.
By the way,
which is fun.
All right. At what point, if you didn't have spoilers, at what point did you realize that little kid was Aegon Targaryen?
Well, as soon as they called him Egg.
You knew in the first
right
episode?
Away. Yeah.
How?
Well, because I remember, I think I told you this. I was rewatching a little bit of Thrones maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Everybody in the house was kind of under the weather, and so they were all going to bed early. And so 2 weeks ago, I watched the first maybe 6 or 7 episodes. I didn't watch them all the way, but I'd watch the scenes I was interested in, and they kept talking about young Egg, Master Aemon and young Egg.
Maester Aemon up at the wall is his brother.
At the wall.
Yeah.
exactly. So that, and then there's this scene where in, I don't know, maybe like the 5th or 6th episode, where that punk Joffrey is like talking to Jamie, like talking down to him because of course he doesn't realize it's his own father, and he's talking about 4 pages for Sir Duncan the Tall, and he must have been some knight, and then nothing for you yet, Uncle, was kind of like the thing. And so as soon as all that, then I'm like, oh, there you go.
They're very good. Well,
but if I hadn't seen that recently, it probably would have taken. I mean, I don't know that I would have come to it, but it was something that because I just had recently.
I knew it in the most recent episode where the lady gives him his prophecy and is like, "You're going to be, talk about what his future is going to be, how his demise is going to be." And I'm like, "Oh my God, it's got to be Aegon Targaryen," because I mean, he shouldn't be just in some random little town.
No.
By the way,
like taking care of animals.
Sir Duncan the Tall is quite lucky because what he did while noble,
yes,
that's automatic death.
Done.
Automatic.
Dunsky.
I mean, they were going to.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. What was that movie with Edward Norton?
Oh, my God. It's
where they're obviously they are
in my head.
Like, not great folk.
With the curb stomping.
Yes, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen that since that. And I'm like, this is going to be terrible.
That one
movie,
shook
that
me.
was, oh my God. That came
That
right back to me. I mean, I can picture him in it. I can picture the movie poster, but I can't remember the
American
name of it.
History X.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it.
I mean, it is bad. It is very, very
It's
bad.
bad. That one shook me.
Oh, how could it not?
Yeah, for sure. But they're doing a great job with that. It's really fun. I like that the episodes are shorter. They're easy to take in.
Yeah.
The stakes don't seem quite as big yet, but I'm sure that they'll get big.
I do have one beef, though.
They crushed the kid. I mean, they crushed the kid
unreal.
casting.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable.
And even when he talks in the behind the scenes, you're like, I love this kid.
Lots to like.
Listen, man. We got all kind. We can get more than 31 minutes. Like, I'm loving this show. Don't give me this 31 minutes.
I think the reason they're doing it that way is because almost every scene is just those two guys.
So then give me 10 more minutes of jousting. I'm fascinated by jousting.
I'm guessing that, that's probably expensive is my guess.
Yeah.
To do the more jousting. But they really haven't expanded the story behind just those two. Yeah,
it looks like we might get a little branch out. But that other Targaryen guy is a real crud. I'd like to see his demise.
There's a long line of those guys when you think of the Joffrey. That you always got to have one of those.
Yeah.
Joffrey to Ramsay. Yeah. There's always one.
Yeah, he seems like the crud. There's the crud in the Dragons one too. That one brother that's a real jerk. So the other thing I talked about at great length yesterday.
Yep.
And I'm only one episode in. My dad is already wept about how great it was and is going to rewatch all 4 episodes again. But the Tom Brady's love letter to the 49ers. The first episode was speechless. It was so good.
So where's it at?
AMC. So you haven't watched it yet? Oh, yeah, it's so good.
No, No, so it's a 49ers doc?
Yeah.
That Tom Brady produced?
Yeah. And Tom Brady's like the narrator, basically. He kind of sets up between scenes, pictures of him at Candlestick, just talking about, and he's Bay Area Brady. He's a year older than we are. So his childhood mirrors ours completely.
Yep.
With that football team.
It's wild he didn't go there.
That's what I was saying yesterday. But we looked it up.
Because
they were coming off of the Super Bowl appearance with Garoppolo.
Yep.
That was lost because of the cornerback having the brain fart on 3rd and 15, which shows up as one of the
Jimmy
top.
threw a pick.
He did, but he played. I mean, they were up good. He misses one deep shot, and then he had the one that went to Kittle that if Chris Jones doesn't get his hand on it at the line of scrimmage is a winner as well. But no, I guess they could have. I don't know what the contractual situation was, and my guess is that's also Brady, Garoppolo, to have them be the one, again, that would have been tough.
Yeah, but they drafted 2 quarterbacks the next year.
No, it's 2 years later.
Well, that's what I mean. Not that draft, but the one after, right?
Yeah, and 21 is when they drafted Trey Lance and Purdy.
Yeah, so it wasn't that far removed where they already realized that it wasn't Jimmy. So that's an opportunity. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity. What do you make of him saying he doesn't have a dog in the fight in the Super Bowl? A big deal's been made this week about him saying I don't have a dog in the fight. You've seen Asante Samuel come at him, like Portnoy went at him, like Simmons went at him. What do you make of that?
Maybe he truly feels that way, that he feels like very burned by how things went down at the end. I mean, maybe he does. I know my buddy Pat is like can't even get excited about the Patriots anymore. And I was like, come on, figure it out. Because he was a diehard Patriots,
right.
But when Brady left, he became a Bucs fan. Now his father is still completely all in on the Patriots, which is great.
Yeah.
We all we need. But yeah, I don't know. It seems outrageous to me. It seems like an outrageous assertion.
I do think it's pretty simple. I think he's just he's broadcasting the game.
Well, that's why he's got to try to stay neutral.
So
the appearance of neutrality.
I don't think it's the real truth.
Yeah.
I think he's just saying that out loud because it's what people expect him to say in that circumstance.
But isn't it on NBC? So he's not a part of it this year?
Oh, do I have that wrong?
Yeah, you're right. It's Tirico.
Oh, you're right. I thought it was on Fox.
Is he just trying to overcorrect with everybody
good
complaining
catch.
About him being an owner and, calling
Good
games?
catch. Yeah.
I don't know.
That's true. I had it it could be the fog.
Because
but
Fox was
for whatever
last
reason,
year.
I thought he was calling the game. Then there is no real explanation. Probably you're right that he's just trying to overcompensate. But I don't know. I think we can be human at times too. Like it's 2 decades of your life. He's tight with Vrabel. They always had that Ohio State-Michigan bet where he'd have to wear the Buckeye jersey to practice. I think it's natural, right? When you. I mean, of course he's rooting for the Patriots. He loves Kraft.
How could he not be? Yeah. By the way, Kraft not getting in the Hall of Fame also crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
Where's it going to?
Are they going to? Is really flawed.
Are they going to not let Brady in on the first time? Is that what Is that the line in the sand they're drawing?
I think he'll be. I think he's going to be. I saw Terrell Owens say that earlier this week. My hunch is that the same will not apply to him.
I mean, it shouldn't, but it also shouldn't have applied to Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick should.
No, but they're in a different because of the contributor thing, right? So they're in that different pool. Like Brady will be in the player pool. Their process really got screwed up. Is the short and long of it. Their process got screwed up.
It's terrible.
Like if you're a Hall of Famer, you're a Hall of Famer. Like enough with the limiting on how many and all that nonsense. Just vote them in. These are Hall of Famers. Go.
Yep. Yes, indeed. All right, we got to take a quick break because we're rolling. We're
pontificating.
Sure? Yeah, didn't want to. G-Man said, "Let's get." He texted me, "Let's get a break in."
A little
and then he yelled at me, and it was really
I
uncomfortable.
did not yell going at Gabe. Now he's going at you guys.
I did not
just
yell.
blame me.
The power's going to his head.
Don't try to paint
He's coming
me as
up here saying,
something
hey, what do you guys think about the taking a running back at 6 overall?" You're on timeout. This show's going to be on timeout because we're taking a break. We'll be back with more Cleveland Browns Daily presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns, right after this. All right, welcome back to Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Hot topics of the day presented by University Hospitals, the official healthcare partner of your Cleveland Browns. It's day 32 of the 120-day plan. We do have our head coach. We are waiting for that staff to be announced, and obviously we're still waiting on what's happening on the defensive side of the ball. Bo, as you were convalescing, having fever dreams, did you have any visions of how things are going to play out on the defensive side of the ball for the Cleveland Browns?
I could tell you that those were not in my fever dreams.
No?
How those are going to shake out. Here's what I do know. I know that that this is an incredible defensive staff, and my hope would be, as I'm sure yours would be, that it would remain intact. If that can't be done at the top, I know that there are incredibly capable people in this building who we've known very, very well and that are more than capable. So if that's the direction, fine. Where do you sit kind of on resolution on all this?
Where do I sit, and what do you mean by that?
In terms of getting that all done,
I think
that.
I think we need a swift resolution. I think we need a resolution so that we can move forward. We've got the combine coming up, and if you are going, if Jim Schwartz comes back, obviously great, then you roll. If Jim Schwartz does not come back and they're going to promote somebody internally, you need to do that and then figure out if that person needs somebody to come in and coach their position group or if they will be DC/position coach. And my guess is they would need somebody, so you need some time to do that, and you need to do this while staffs are being filled up all around the league. And then the third scenario would be that Jim Schwartz doesn't come back and they bring in a DC from outside that likes the staff, I guess. Because my sense of it is that this staff is they want to keep this staff intact, which would be, Jacques Césaire on the D-line, Jason Tarver linebackers, Brandon Lynch at the cornerbacks, and, of course, Coach Banda with the safeties.
Yeah, and, listening to Todd's presser, he wants to keep the defense the same, run the same stuff. So, obviously if Jim isn't here, it could be slightly different than that, but all of the coaches you just mentioned can certainly run a similar defense and are well-versed in it. So to me, I hope that it happens relatively soon so that we can move on, and if we need to make a hire, we do. If we don't, then no problem. We'll just roll as is. But I do think that there needs to be some resolution relatively quickly.
I do too, and I think that it's important. Look, we've got as I understand it, from what has been reported to us and what's out there, is that we still need a special teams coordinator. So that's a big deal. We need running back and wide receiver coaches. And maybe tight end. I don't know if anything's been reported on tight end, although that could stay. And running back obviously could stay the same as well. Deuce is still here.
Yep.
And then you got the DC. I mean, you've got one. His name is Jim Schwartz. He's great.
Yeah.
And I think everybody wants that to be the answer. But it feels to me, and maybe I'm reading this wrong, these are not scores. This is just human nature type of a thing. Sure. We're now over a week away out of the original decision being made. Mm-hmm. And so if you're not back now, you've had time to cool down, think about it. If you're not back, then it just feels like the longer it goes, the more likely it is that he's not coming back. And at some point you just have to, I think that decision has to be made. And I think that it's probably complicated from a contract situation because, he's either going to be our defensive coordinator or he's not going to coach is what it feels like are the only two possible outcomes. And so I think everybody would want him to coach.
I would imagine that's the hang-up is the contractual part of it because I think your read on that is, while not scores, is pretty common-sensy.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah.
We're a week into this thing, and it's just kind of some common sense, human nature stuff. So hopefully you get resolution and you can move forward and get this staff. And you got a little bit of time here, but it would be nice to have it. I don't think, you don't. I
think you got to get it done next week. I think it's got to be done next week so you can have a week of meetings and then you head to the combine.
Absolutely, because you also have, obviously Clint Kubiak is going to go to the Raiders, and so he's going to have to put together his staff. And so, there will be people who, there are people you could maybe want to hire who now he can hire. So that's another whole job that has been filled that can't really hire people until next week. By the way, this whole process is crazy.
Yep.
That Clint Kubiak can't, be the head coach of the Raiders officially until after the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Even though it's been agreed to for probably 2 weeks.
Yep.
There's this. The NFL gets a lot of its calendar right. I think they really screw up the head coaching process.
It's a tough one, and I understand that's a tough one just because, typically you're going to want people to come to your organization from winning teams.
Yeah.
This is their content. And by the way, we are the most this is their content. And by the way, we are the most consumed team in the National Football League right now, more so than even the teams in the Super Bowl by more than double, as a matter of fact, with our YouTube content has been on fire. So good job, everybody, on that.
Oh, look, I mean, that's why, it's just different here in terms of the passion and the fight and the give a damn. And so, people are starving for a winner in some way. And so, hopefully we can do that for them, over the next few years. And hopefully Todd's the guy. But, back to the original point. Yeah, hopefully, this is expedited and we can get it wrapped up by early next week. Because I'm with you. Like, you can't have this stuff hanging over much longer. I mean, it's been a while already.
Yeah. Agreed. And that's why, I'm hoping that we can have full resolution, next week would be, or even tomorrow would even be better. But I do think you need to have resolution soon, which is sad that it's at this point that we're in a little bit of this limbo, but that's where we are.
Yeah. I'm with you, buddy.
Yeah, so we'll see there. Some NFL news. We were brushing up on our French, which we are, again, there's rumors, there's flyers in Paris about it, but we only know the New Orleans Saints are confirmed, that the Rams will play the 49ers in the first ever NFL game in Australia in Melbourne, it was announced today. I feel like that's a really long way to go to play a football game, and I feel like it's going to be interesting to see, how those teams do in that game and then how they are impacted on their return, like what the next week of games for them looks like. I do think it's helpful for those teams that they're at least West Coast teams. That gives them, they're a little bit closer going out there. But that would have been a fun one for us. We know that the Browns, the world's team, we know that we got a lot of big following in Australia. Dabo would be rolling out the red carpet for us. So
David. We had so many people.
I'm bummed that we're not going there.
So I would have thought, because, and my geography on this is a little rough, but I'm pretty sure Melbourne is quite a bit further, I suppose, west. I don't know where west becomes east, but further west from the west coast of the United States than Sydney. But I'm pretty sure the flight time is basically the same between Los Angeles and Sydney and Los Angeles and Melbourne. Like, for whatever reason, it looks like it's about 15 and a half hours from L.A. to Sydney and about 16 L.A. to Melbourne. So it's about the same.
Yep.
Even though Melbourne is quite a bit west on the continent.
Yeah.
From Sydney. But that's my spot. That's just where I want to go. My wife's family, parents just got back there and did like a cruise from like New Zealand to Australia, and they were in Australia for a couple of weeks and just raved about it. Like, I'm convinced I could uproot and go there and have a great life. I feel like I could thrive. Like, I don't think it would be a problem at all. This would be an incredible thing, but logistically, boy, dude, that's a bear. 16 hours.
That's what I mean.
It's a 19-hour time difference as well. So there's some.
I don't even know what you do with that.
Yeah, some issues as to when the game would be played.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like.
Yeah, what do you do?
I think logistically, it's going to be very challenging.
I always get confused on that. Like when you go across the international date line, and it's like, is it tomorrow or is it yesterday?
It's tomorrow.
Right now, it's here. I can tell you. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, it's tomorrow.
So it's tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
So they're ahead of us.
Well ahead, brother.
Okay.
Well ahead. Right now.
Okay, so like
in Brisbane, it is 6:47 a.m. Let me see what it is in Melbourne.
On Friday.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
7:47 a.m. in Melbourne.
So Melbourne's 16 ahead right now. Brisbane is 15 ahead.
Okay. So then what would you do then? You would probably play, if you played at 1, you said it's 6 there? Let's say you played at noon there, which gets you 6 hours. That would be a night game here. If you played at noon. Like it'd be in prime time.
Yeah. If you played at noon, you'd go back. If you played at noon there, it's midnight plus that would be an 8 p.m. kick here.
That's probably what they'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my guess what they would do on that.
Yeah. Pretty cool, though. Also pretty sweet. That's a pretty good matchup, Rams-Niners.
Yeah. I mean, that's an A++.
Yeah.
Given that game over there, that's about as good as it's going to. You're giving them your best with those two.
And that game that's replacing the Brazil game, so that's the Friday of Week 1. Is that right? Did they announce if that's when it is?
1 sec.
Well, that would make sense because that would get you your 8 o'clock kick.
Yeah.
Like if you played it Saturday at noon,
Yeah.
Melbourne,
Yep.
that would get you your Friday 8 p.m. kick.
Yeah, date and kickoff time have not yet been announced, it says.
I think it is Week 1, though. I think unless are they going to do that in the middle of the season, give them a bye afterwards? Because that's the thing. When
You'd
you
have
do
to
it
do
week
week
1,
one.
you can't give them a bye.
What would you do if you owned those two teams? When would you want to do that?
Well, ironically, the later you go there, the better the weather is. So I would probably want to go as late as I could into the season and then have a bye after.
Because it would be hot. Is that the deal?
Yeah, because our winter is their summer.
Yeah, so you'd be burning up if you did it in September.
Well, I think I actually think it gets warmer there. I'd have to look at the average temperatures by month in Melbourne. I'll pull that up while we're discussing. But
yeah, I would. To me, I would want to do it right away, and I wouldn't use my bye. I would play Week 1. I would do it the Friday of Week 1. You'll be back theoretically on your calendar by Tuesday, and then.
So August average is 60, September 64, October 78, November 73, December 76, January 79, February 79, March 75. So it'll be in the 60s if you're there early, but I mean, not that that's bad. It just never gets all that cold there, to be honest with you.
No, sounds like a pretty nice
Good for
climate.
them. Yeah, not here. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever get above 40 again. When do you think snow's good? You want to the over-under on how long we're going to have snow, brother?
Right.
Because we had talked about like early March.
Okay.
I think it's St. Patrick's Day, buddy.
So yesterday or 2 days ago, I did the daily, and it was looking great. Like we were looking like we were going to be high 30s and come out of it and be looking good. Now, again, they don't know as far out as I'm talking here, but it has changed. So it looks like we're going to get on Friday, as in tomorrow, 2 to 4 inches of snow.
Fantastic.
Then it's going to be 8 degrees, high of 8, -3. Will Scarlett.
I don't even know if I can. I'm not prepared.
8 with a low of -3. Super Bowl Sunday will be 15 with a low of 4. Then the week of the 9th, you go 28, 38, 35 with a little snow, 32 and ice on Thursday the 12th, 31, 35. But then get this. Starting on the 15th, it's saying, now these temps, it's weird. It's high of 36, high of 35, high of 39, high of 37, high of 35. But it says that there's snow every day.
Yeah, that's right.
15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 26th, 27th, 1st, 2nd, 5th, 6th. And they're calling right now for, like they could even know this, on Thursday, March 5th, they're calling for over an inch of snow.
It was 72 degrees yesterday in Montana.
It's 72 degrees in Fremont. I talked to Not Pater today. 72 degrees today there. How about it?
Yeah. Yeah. This is northern Montana, 72 degrees.
Yeah, this is not great, brother.
No, I think I'm going back to my original. I thought it would be St. Patrick's Day. I think snow's here till St. Patty's Day. I see no scenario where it's not at this point. I mean, it's ice. It's pure ice.
Like we went to, and you might know how this happens. I'm curious to get your take. We went to Pinecrest, took Master Luca around, did a walk, did a little shopping and whatnot. And here is my question to you. Okay. In one of the parking lots, there is a mountain of snow that they have pushed the snow over that is no joke, and I'm not exaggerating. This is not an exaggeration, and I know that I can be prone to exaggeration. This is not an exaggeration.
Okay.
25 feet tall?
Okay, yep.
How do they do that?
What do you mean? Like, how do they push it like that? Or how do they expect it to go anywhere?
Well, first of all, it's not going to go anywhere for a very, very long time. But yeah, how do they? I don't think it's as simple as they just keep pushing it and it goes up like that. Like there were cranes, there were the big scoopers. I wonder if they were like grabbing it and throwing it up there to get it out of the way because they couldn't. It had to go vertical at some point, almost into a wall. It was over 25 feet tall.
Yeah, I mean they take a front end loader and they push all the snow up. They get a bucket full of it and then they put it on top and then they just keep pushing it on the sides and it just keeps getting higher and higher and higher.
25 feet, dude, like a legit mountain.
No, I know. I mean, it's like that. There's nowhere to put it, and it won't melt.
No.
I mean, it's 0
Sometimes I
degrees
wonder
every day.
why don't you just go out there with like a hose and just melt
Well, then
it?
you'd have ice, brother.
Well, yeah, eventually, but I mean, you can't
almost
use that area
immediately.
anywhere.
Yeah.
You can't use that
I don't
area.
know. I think
that area is
probably getting
unusable
hot
anyway.
water on it would be the problem. And then as soon as the hot water hits the cold, it's ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not great.
No, I went through
It's not
went
great.
through a car wash. This has never happened before. Went through a car wash and came out of the car wash, and by the time I came out of the car wash, the side view mirrors, any moisture that was on them were frozen into a sheet of ice that was like a half-inch thick.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
What's that
really
about?
fun too is how every floor that you walk on now has about a 1/4 inch of salt
That's right.
just everywhere. The residue.
So, in the front of our building, when we were like, was there an earthquake? What's going on?
Yeah.
According to Dollar Bill, water got underneath it and froze, and ice obviously expands as it freezes, and it raised it up like an inch
Yep.
in that particular area.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really crazy about any of what's I'm not excited to go see when the snow does melt. I'm not excited to see what's happened to my landscaping. I'm guessing it has not held up.
Yeah. Man, wild.
Not good. We should tell people it's a mailbag day. You can get your questions into us at Browns_daily using the hashtag AskCBD.
Yeah, good job.
Also, you can hit us up in the youtube.com/Browns. Ask
Look at him
anytime.
back in the saddle.
Well, I just let the people know.
Back in the saddle. Do you want to
Not
take us
at
to
all.
break? Do you want to take us to break too?
No. That's all I can get done right there. I just was looking at young Gabriel there, and I thought, well, we'll throw him a bone on a mailbag.
Yeah, we'll get some mailbag in here. All right. Hour number 2. I mean, that was a blast. That rolled right on through. Hour number 2.
We crushed it.
Are you okay? Are you continuing?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm hanging in.
This is like the
By the
flu
way,
game.
this isn't
Jordan's
nice at all.
flu game.
Arizona Browns backers gave it the Dove Mountain 10-day. You don't even
What?
want to know. 77, 77, 78, 77, 73, 71, 67, 70, 72.
They can do
Thanks,
no
bud.
wrong there right now. The temperatures are perfect.
Yep.
You got not only are the temperatures perfect, the U of A bear down undefeated, number 1 in the country.
Yep.
I mean, it's all coming together. It's all working.
It really is. Really is.
All right. Hour number 2 coming your way when we return. Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly. You're listening to 850 ESPN Cleveland. Hour number 2 of Cleveland Browns Daily coming your way. Got to remind you that OBM is the preferred copier provider and provider of copiers and document services for the Cleveland Browns, who can tackle any size office. Call 216-485-2000 or visit ohiobusinessmachines.com. NFL honors. So we're doing, young Gabriel?
Yes, sir.
All right. You want to preside over this?
Sure.
Let's do it.
All right, so NFL honors are tonight at 9 p.m. on NBC and NFL Network. We got a couple of our guys there, and we will get there, but I've laid out the finalists and their statistics in front of you guys. So we'll start with the most valuable player. Your finalists: Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, Matthew Stafford. Z, we'll start with you.
I think it would be fun if we do, Bo, let's give our a runner-up and then our winner. Okay. So my runner-up would be Christian McCaffrey. I think with all the injuries the Niners had, the way that he led the league in touches, 413 of them, they put up over 2,000 total yards this season. I thought that was, he really kind of put that team on the back. Purdy misses 8 games. Kittle misses a bunch of time. Brandon Ayuk doesn't even show up for this team at any point this season. They lose Bosa in week 3, lose Fred Warner. I mean, it's crazy that they had as good a year as they had. And so I'd put him second. He'd be my runner-up.
I like that call. I'm gonna go Jackson Smith and Jigba as my runner-up on this one.
He's not even on the ballot.
Well, he's on mine.
He's a write-in.
He's a write-in for me. 119, 1793, 10 touchdowns. He's really their only weapon down the field at all.
Yeah.
To be feared. And they won the division. They're playing in a Super Bowl. Obviously, if you're doing this at the end of the regular season, you probably wouldn't have him in this conversation. And obviously they didn't, as he's not a finalist. But I think he was the most important player on the best team in football offensively by a pretty wide margin. And so I would have him as my runner-up. But I like your McCaffrey one as well.
All right. And then my my MVP.
Why didn't you go May?
I think he's really good. I think he was really good. His numbers are great. I thought that he was honestly, I think he was excellent. I think that would have been a fine selection. But to me, it's like to be the MVP. Like, I think Josh Allen, given what he was working with, was more of an MVP than Drake May. Drake May, I think, was awesome. I just also think, like, on this list, for example, if you said, okay, and he's going to get a chance to be like, watch this on Sunday, which is one of the things that's compelling about it is hopefully it's a close game and he can, maybe he gets the ball back I want one of the quarterbacks to get the ball back down 4 with 2 minutes to go. Like, that's what I want.
That's all I knew. For sure.
Like, I would rather have Matt Stafford, Josh Allen in that scenario right now. So,
and also, like, the more you read about, the more you kind of dig in on this Patriots thing, like, maybe the most advantageous schedule ever.
Yes. For sure.
Just not. I mean, you got to win the games.
You can only play who you play.
That's it. It's not their fault. And we're well on record with Mike in terms of all that he is. But, like, if you go and look at their schedule and just count wins against teams with winning records, not much there.
No, they just got to get this one, and they will be there. Matt Stafford, my MVP, though. Matt Stafford, I think he deserves it. 4,707 yards, 46 touchdowns. Great season. Played at an unbelievable level even in the playoffs, and it's amazing they're not still playing. And special teams, they could be – that's the thing. We're so close to this being like a real legacy-type game, and it is. I mean, there are people who want to answer some certain calls about them. Drake May only in his second season. By the way, Emmitt Smith, I don't know if you saw, was going nuts today about that, Kay Adams was talking to him about Shador and how Todd Monken said, in his press conference, he's excited to work with all the quarterbacks and, everybody's kind of role is to be determined. He's not anointing anybody the starter right now.
Sure.
And in his first comment about it, Emmitt Smith went nuts. And he said, first thing he said is they handed it to Drake May. He's the 3rd overall pick in the draft.
Come on.
He then said the Chargers handed it to Justin Herbert.
Oh, for God's sake.
Okay, now, who was also a, top 5 pick?
Yep.
Okay,
yeah.
Here's the other thing. Neither of those guys started out of the gate their rookie year.
No, they didn't.
Jacoby Brissett started, and Tyrod Taylor started there.
Yep.
And then the other person that he named that was handed to it, that guy down in Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, who was the number 1 overall pick in the draft and was considered to be the most can't-miss guy since Elway and Andrew Luck.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that people get so clouded? I mean, there's personal bias there. Obviously, he's friends with Deion, so there's all that. But, like, where does that come from?
I have no idea.
Just miss facts entirely.
Well, I mean, I think
completely misrepresent
facts are
reality.
But that's the world we live in, and that's why
it is. But like, this is so easily. I mean, it's just so easily to.
So many things that are said around the world right now are easily disproven, and it doesn't matter.
I know it. Yeah, it sucks, that part.
But that's part of, and I think that's also part of what sports discourse, by and large, has become.
Yeah, utter nonsense.
Yeah, it's just who can say the hottest take, and Shador is ratings, clicks, gold.
Yeah.
So I think it's an easy.
And to Shador's credit, when he's asked about it, he's like,
handled it perfectly. Yes.
Of course.
Yes. I mean, listen. We love his talent and love his upside, but he's going to have to earn that starting job. And if he does, giddy up. You know, I like it. I love the way he throws the ball. All right. So we're unanimous on Matt Stafford there. All right. For the AP Defensive Player of the Year, here are your finalists.
Man.
What? Am I usurping you?
Go ahead.
No, I don't want to usurp you.
Honcho.
No, you go ahead and do it. But I wanted to lay it out because Bo doesn't have the benefit of having these papers in front of us that we have.
I emailed them to him.
He's a printer. He's in a fog. I just was trying to give him the candidates. But go ahead.
Fair enough. All right. Defensive Player of the Year. Your finalists are Will Anderson Jr. of the Houston Texans, Nick Bonito of the Denver Broncos, Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns, Aiden Hutchinson of the Lions, Micah Parsons of the Green Bay Packers. Mr. Zagura, first row.
Are we really at the point where each one of these awards has a sponsor?
We are. Yes. This is presented by TCL.
God bless him.
Who is that? Who presents? Who's the MVP?
Invisalign.
Invisalign.
Oh, baby.
All right. What is TCL?
TCL is an electronics brand. They make TVs. The TVs that you see in the store that have Justin Herbert on them, that's TCL.
Okay, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
Bo, who's your runner-up?
I mean, this is seconds, eighth, right? On this thing? Like, does it even
I agree with
matter?
that.
I guess I would probably go Bonito, just from the standpoint of like his kind of like a defensive. Their defense was so good; their record was it. He's the linchpin of that defense. He seems like a really good dude. I know you talked to him, so I'll go a little bit of a personal bias there as well.
Yep.
What did he end up with? 14 sacks.
14 sacks, 14 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles.
Yeah, I'd go Bonito.
What's amazing about this is the 2 other first-team All-Pros were, this is incredible, Micah Parsons and Will Anderson. Okay? Mm-hmm. They combined for 24.5 sacks, and they combined for 32 tackles for loss. Myles Garrett had 23 sacks and 33 tackles for loss.
By himself.
Who's the runner-up? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's way in the distance.
I'll give it to Aiden Hutchinson just to be guy comes back off of a devastating injury. 14.5 sacks, 14 tackles for a loss, 4 forced fumbles, 3 passes defensed, and an interception. His numbers are better than Micah Parsons or Will Anderson's.
Yeah. I think you did that to just stick it to S a little.
Okay.
Which I love.
Yeah.
We all know the winner is Myles Garrett.
That's
okay.
right.
Yeah.
Offensive Player of the Year
He'll win
presented by
unanimously, right?
He should. I mean, what are we doing? Yeah.
Offensive Player of the Year presented by Microsoft Copilot. We have Drake May. We have Christian McCaffrey. We have Puka Nacua. We have Bijan Robinson. And we have Jackson Smith and Jigba. Those are your OPOY finalists. Nathan Zagura, who would be your runner-up?
My runner-up in this one, because it's Offensive Player of the Year, is going to be Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson led the NFL with basically 2,300 yards from scrimmage, 11 touchdowns, was a first-team All-Pro, 1,478 rushing, 820 receiving, almost 2,300 yards from scrimmage. So I'm going to give it to Bijan for Offensive Player of the Year. Runner-up.
Bo Bishop, runner-up.
Who are the finalists again?
Drake May,
Christian McCaffrey, Puka Nacua, Bijan Robinson, and Jackson Smith and Jigba.
I think it's really funny that Drake May is an Offensive Player of the Year finalist, but Matt Stafford isn't.
That just tells you he's going to win the MVP, I think.
Yeah.
Right, but like what a weird thing.
Agreed.
Like to me, the quarterback shouldn't be in this.
Agreed. Also agree with that.
Quarterback shouldn't be in it. I'll go McCaffrey here as my runner-up.
All right.
And
for all the reasons that Z gave for his MVP candidacy.
your winner, Bo.
JSN.
Your winner, Z.
JSN. Unanimous again. OPOY.
To the Offensive Rookie of the Year, presented by EA Sports Madden NFL, the video game.
All right.
Your finalists are Giants quarterback Jackson Dart, Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver Emeka Ibuka, Patriots running back Travion Henderson, Panthers wide receiver Teteroa McMillan, and Saints quarterback Tyler Shuck. Nathan Segura, your runner-up.
My runner-up is Tyler Shuck, 5-4 in the 9 starts, 68% completions, 2,384 yards, 10 touchdowns, ran for another 3 touchdowns, and actually made the Saints kind of look respectable and have some reason for optimism, I would say, going into this year.
He might, if you redrafted, he might have gone number 2 overall.
To us?
Maybe. Well, yeah, or somebody else wanting one. I mean, if you knew what you knew now and you saw how he played,
he was pretty good.
He doesn't last to the second round, I'll tell you that.
No, for sure. For sure.
This will be unanimous, too.
Yeah. So, Bo, who's your runner-up then?
Same. I got Shuck.
Same
runner-up.
Shuck. Who's your winner?
It's going to be same.
Teteroa McMillan, baby.
Yep.
Tet. First among rookies in receiving yards and touchdowns, and third in receptions behind Tyler Warren and Harold Fannin Jr.
70 for
the crazy
1,014 and 7 touchdowns.
You and I never talked about him either. In the lead
No,
up to the draft last year.
you wouldn't even
Never
know he
discussed
existed if you watched this show. You'd be like, it's the first time I ever heard of that guy.
Yeah.
Defensive Rookie
What
of the
college
Year.
did he go to?
By the way, it's also pretty strange. Like Emeka's not far behind him. He ended up with 63, 938, 6 touchdowns, 15 yards of reception. Tet was 70, 1,014, 14 and a half, and 7. And Emeka, they just, for whatever reason, Bake stopped throwing that way the whole second half.
He just completely
he was
fell
running
off.
away with this thing.
Oh, running away
it
with
was so
it.
strange.
Yeah.
The way that it fell off with him.
Yep.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, also presented by EA Sports Madden NFL. I have a feeling this one will be unanimous as well. Your finalists, Giants linebacker Abdul Carter, Seahawks safety Nick Eamon-Wari, who's a little banged up but should play in the Super Bowl, Falcons defensive end James Pierce, Cleveland Browns linebacker Carson Swessinger, and Falcons safety Xavier Watts. Bo Bishop, who would be your runner-up here?
I don't know how to say his last name, but the kid from Seattle would be my runner-up.
Eamon-Wari.
Yeah.
He's very good. Very good player. 14 games, 2.5 sacks, 81 tackles, 11 passes, defense, and an interception. He was very productive. My runner-up would be James Pierce Jr., 10.5 sacks as a rookie, 10 tackles for a loss, forced fumble. That's pretty good to me. And, I mean, the Falcons have 2 of the guys on here, Pierce and Xavier Watts, who had 5 picks as a rookie, which is very impressive, as well as a safety. Really, to me, you could make the case that any of the other 3 other than Swessinger could be runner-up except for Abdul Carter.
Yeah, that felt like an odd throw-in. I would have put Jalen Walker in there over him, but then the Falcons would have had 3 finalists.
They should. I mean, heck.
Zagura, who would be your winner?
That'd be Carson Swessinger.
Bo Bishop.
Same, yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Do you think he's going to get it?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I'm hopeful, but I don't know.
You don't know? Why not?
I don't know. I just think sometimes they won't let us have nice things. I think he deserves it, clearly.
He absolutely deserves it.
100%.
On to comeback player of the year. Stephon Diggs, Patriots wide receiver, had a 1,000-yard season coming off a torn ACL. Aiden Hutchinson, Detroit Lions defensive end. He's a second-team AP All-Pro coming off that fractured tibia and fibula last year. Trevor Lawrence coming off that AC joint sprain and a pretty nasty concussion last season. Threw for 4,000 yards, 61% on completions.
Ran for 9 touchdowns.
Touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, who had over 2,000 scrimmage yards, coming off the just slew of calf injuries and Achilles tendonitis, and ended up getting a PCL sprain in his knee last year as well. Limited into 5 games, I believe. Dak Prescott, who was coming off that hamstring avulsion, which is just a really painful injury. Hamstring got ripped off the bone. That's what that means. So there's your finalists. Dak, McCaffrey, Trevor Lawrence, Aiden Hutchinson, Stephon Diggs. Z, who would your runner-up be here?
This is a really hard one, honestly. I've eliminated Dak Prescott and I've eliminated Stephon Diggs. I think that really it could go to – I think Aiden Hutchinson feels – or McCaffrey or Lawrence. I think any of those 3 could be the winner. Any of those 3 could be my runner-up. I'm going to have to pick one ultimately, so I'm probably going to put runner-up being Trevor Lawrence.
Bo.
Has McCaffrey won this award before? I
believe he has.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm kind of with you because it's splitting hairs with the rest of them. So I'll go McCaffrey as runner-up.
And then who would your winner be, Bo?
Probably Hutchinson, I guess. But you could honestly make a case for almost anybody there.
Zagura?
So he has been the runner-up to the Comeback Player of the Year award in 2022. And
McCaffrey?
Yep. So he's never won the Comeback Player of the Year award. He did win the Pro Football Writers Association Comeback Player of the Year award this year. They've already handed theirs out, and Miles won, as did Carson in those categories. I would say probably I'd give it to Aiden Hutchinson because that fractured leg is just so ugly, such an ugly injury, and he comes back from it. He's great.
All right, real quick, Coach of the Year. Your finalists are Liam Cohen, Ben Johnson, Mike McDonald, Kyle Shanahan, Mike Vrabel. Bo, your runner-up.
Oh, my God, that's a great list. That is a great list.
Jeez.
I guess I'll go Liam Cohen, runner-up. I just think he totally flipped a pretty morbid organization in 1 year. Just flipped it. Attitude, all of it. So I guess I'll go him as runner-up. But any one of these guys could win.
Zagura, runner-up.
I'm going to give Ben Johnson runner-up for bringing the Bears back to life, and that's a storied franchise, and it's certainly more fun when the Bears are good.
And your winner.
I got to go Braves.
My winner is going to be Kyle Shanahan.
262 man games lost to injury.
I mean, they've dealt with more than any other team in the league by far. He was the Sporting News Coach of the Year in 2019. He's never been the AP Coach of the Year. And I think this, you could argue, was his greatest coaching job ever. Now, obviously, they didn't win it. But if you're looking at the regular season body of work, to me, that would do it.
All right, final one, AP
candidates.
Assistant Coach of the Year, Vic Fangio, the Eagles DC.
No.
Ryan Flores, the Vikings DC. Vance Joseph, the Broncos DC. Clint Kubiak, the Seahawks OC, and likely the future head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Josh McDaniels, the Patriots OC. Let's just pick winners here. Bo.
I think that's a smart choice out of you. Give me Kubiak.
Zagura?
I'll do the same.
All right, there you go. NFL Honors tonight at 9. Go Miles, go Carson.
Come
Absolutely.
on. Hey, come on. It's got to be. Got to be.
Normally we do the guess of scores with you at this point, but I mean this has been out for 2 weeks, and so I know that you know what the number is. I mean, there's no way you could have avoided it.
I don't know that if I do. I mean, I can.
Really?
I saw it like a week ago and have made sure not to look since. So
Sure.
I don't know. I would assume it's
shot.
moved. I think what I saw was Seahawks minus 4.5.
It's still that.
Got it.
Which is a little surprising to me that it has not moved.
Yeah, I have not seen it since like the initial line.
Yeah, it hasn't moved. It opened there, it stayed there, which is pretty rare for a Super Bowl.
Now, if we had done a complete blind guess the lines, I would have had Seattle minus 7.
Yeah, I think it's small too. I think it could be a boat racing.
I do too. I mean, they've given up. The Patriots have allowed 15 sacks. 11 of them have come from 4 down linemen rushing, and the Seahawks have an excellent pass rush. Yeah, I want it to be close. I want it to be a game. I do think I really believe the only reason that the line is what the line is Sam Darnold. I think there are people that, even though they just saw him duel and go throw for throw with Matt Stafford, that still just think that Sam Darnold's going to Sam Darnold at the end, which I think is unfair. I have more confidence in Sam Darnold going into this game than I do Drake May in terms of how they've played in the playoffs.
Me too.
Yeah. All right, so I did get it. There we go. Ending on a high note. When do we get?
There you go, buddy.
Have you been here while you're convalescing? Have you been able to scout out? Have you done any work on the what?
You got a break.
Have you done any work on the over-unders? Just a yes or no answer.
Not a second.
We'll be back with more Cleveland Browns Daily, brought to you by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Attention Browns fans, Barking Backers, the official dog fan club of the Cleveland Browns, is here to get your pup in on the action. Enjoy exclusive gear, tail wagging events, and more made just for Browns dogs. Memberships are available now, so fetch yours today. Or gift one to a furry friend at barkingbackers.com. Young Gabriel.
That's right.
Mailbag!
It's mailbag time. Yay, mailbag.
Let's go.
Mailbag!
Okay, let's get started. Alfonso Taylor asks the show, who is your favorite guest you guys have ever had?
Oh, my God. I mean, there's like different categories. Like, I mean, Snoop Dogg was unbelievable.
Snoop, amazing.
Unbelievable.
Stone Cold
He came in.
Stone Cold Steve
he was
Austin.
the nicest guy ever. He was completely participatory in all of it.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Like, could not have been a kinder human, and was just awesome. Awesome.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was incredible. The magnetism, the
incredible.
charisma, just the intensity that exuded from his being was palpable, and realize why he captivated a nation. Yes, yes.
He was unbelievable.
I would say the World War II vets,
Oof. Yeah, Emery.
and that crew. That was nuts,
Yep.
insane.
Modes.
The great modes, of course.
Chris Denny asks,
There's also like, I mean, like we had so much fun with players like Cole.
Oh, the great Cole, Money
Great
Mitch,
Cole.
Money Mitch,
When Money Mitch would come in and was sucking down fast food in the middle of the interview, like not even aware he was on.
Money Mitch.
I mean, that was unbelievable stuff. We used to have those guys in all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it was a special.
a lot of
era.
good ones.
Chris Denny asks, who should the team be looking to fill at the special teams coordinator position?
Bo? I don't. That's not my bag. I know that. I think Chris Tabor out there. I'd imagine he was in Buffalo, so maybe he's a free agent. Bring Tabes back. I always love Tabes.
Yeah, what's Preef up to?
Preef, love Preef.
Is Preef still at UNC?
No, I think not.
Okay, Love a Dog today asks, when going to a restaurant, do you order according to your taste or try out their signature items?
Like a new restaurant, like first time I'm there.
First time, yep.
I typically, I'm a menu scouter. I get excited. I build anticipation all day, and I pretty much go in there knowing what I want to get, and it'll be what on their menu sounds the best to me.
Yeah, look, I'm typically like, if I go to, I'm not going to go to like a Mediterranean place and order a steak. So like,
Yep,
that I usually look for what are they known for? What do you do best?
for sure.
And I'll run all those things back. I like trying a great many things, and I haven't found myself in recent years, because I just am very, very pleased with how I do a steak.
Yeah,
That I find it hard for restaurants to match it. Now, I don't make prime rib very often, so I still, if that's on a menu, I scoop that sucker up, because it's a little bit more difficult to make. But I find myself weaving in other directions typically at restaurants rather than getting the traditional steak.
Jordan Kessler asks the show, can we please let the world know that a sub is not a sandwich? A sandwich has two separate pieces of bread. A sub has one hinged roll. If subs count, then hot dogs and tacos count, and I refuse to live in that world.
I got to tell you,
I think that's wrong.
that whole conversation reminds me of like
it's literally called a
what's
sub
the line?
sandwich.
Yeah, it's literally called that. It kind of reminds me of the line. The first thing I thought of is the line in Austin Powers, that the insane lament, like that was kind of that whole line of questioning
lessons.
there. Yeah. I don't know. I think a sub is pretty clearly a sandwich. I don't know what else it would be.
What else
like,
is it?
I don't know what else it could be. If you're worried about a hinged piece of bread, then I can't help you. That if you can't differentiate between that and a hot dog and a taco, they don't call it a taco sandwich. They'll call it a hot dog sandwich. That's a sub sandwich.
It's a sub sandwich.
I think that they're the same. You see all these guys on Instagram, these Italian guys in Jersey and New York, making these sandwiches.
Yeah,
like they're all calling them sandwiches.
it's a sandwich. A meatball sub is a That's
yeah,
a
it's
sandwich.
a sandwich.
It's a sandwich.
Yeah.
100%.
Browns backers of North Jersey asks, what is your Mount Rushmore of Super Bowl moments? We kind of touched on this in the first segment yesterday, but we did not have Bo, so we can talk about this again. So Mount Rushmore Super Bowl moments. He also adds, obviously, Z is going to say Steve Young getting the monkey off his back.
No, I'm not. Joe winning his first Super Bowl, Joe winning his second Super Bowl, Joe winning his third Super Bowl, and Joe winning his fourth Super Bowl. That's four. They're four on Mount Rushmore. There it is. That's the answer. That's the list. Bo, you'll find it great in a thing produced by Tom Brady the first time they showed Joe Montana on it. He looks at the camera, is like, I'm Joe Montana. I went to 4 Super Bowls, and I never lost any of them.
That's amazing. That's very good. All right, so, so the first one is the first Super Bowl that I was at and covered, and it's funny because I don't really have any affinity for the Patriots. In fact, I grew very tired of them, but I saw them win I think I saw them win 3 or 4 Super Bowls. And the first one I saw them win in person was the one in New Orleans. And the press box at the Superdome was in the stands, and we were all kind of lumped together. So I was within a couple of seats from like Tony Kornheiser and Mike Wilbon and Bob Ryan and all these guys, these sports reporter type guys who were there. This is 20-some years ago. And I remember we had the television broadcast. They give you those radios so you can hear it while you're watching when you go to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And after the Rams tied it, I'm pretty sure it was Summerall and Madden were on the call, and they were saying you just play for overtime. And then the Patriots didn't. And they went and Vinatieri ended up winning it at the buzzer. And it was so improbable for that Patriots team at that time to do it. And I'll never forget Bob Ryan just kept saying the same thing over and over as we were walking down from the very height of the Superdome ceiling, because that's how high it was. And he just kept saying those mother effers, they effing won. He just kept repeating it over and over and over again, like he couldn't believe it. And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget Bob Ryan and that thick Massachusetts accent that he has,
that's
talking
hilarious.
like that. And so I remember that one very well and think back fondly of it. The 85 Bears for me was a kid because, I don't know why I didn't like the 49ers, but I was young and the Bears made the Super Bowl shuffle, so I guess I took to them. So that
you didn't
one
come
was
there
was
looking
fun.
for no trouble.
That's right. Brady down 28-3 to Atlanta wasn't a favorite, but that was one where I remember my wife had gone to bed. Everyone was like, "All right, we'll see you tomorrow," like it's over, and then they just kept coming.
Yep. Edelman's catch.
And then did it. Yeah, unbelievable. So those are some that come up.
Yeah, and I talked about also yesterday because we went through some of the plays, like James Harrison's pick six, Antonio's catch in that game, which was a great back and forth game. Obviously, the helmet catch. I feel like that's one of the craziest plays in football history.
For sure.
Forget Super Bowls, just crazy. I always remember Brady after that first Patriots one where he's and they show him and he's like, got his heads on his hands.
Yep.
That's such a great such a great shot.
They were, I want to say, 14.5-point dogs.
Yeah, it was a great show on turf.
Yeah.
Trey Carey asks, will not Pedro travel to Australia for the Niners game, and will he be feeding Spumoni to the Kangaroos?
No, but if he went, I think that he would, and he would make the Kangaroos watch him drink coffee.
There's no question he'd make him do that. I mean, maybe he could do some sort of a rugby outreach.
He could. I mean, the game is near and dear to his heart. I would be surprised if he does that.
Did he ever want you to play rugby?
No, by the time I was a youth, he was long out of it. I mean, he talked about rugby. I met, we traveled to Wales to meet with some of the guys that he became friends with when he played rugby. But no, that was never.
Did you ever play it?
No.
Buddy of mine in college talked me into playing a game once. He's like, you'll love it. It's like football.
Yeah.
So I went. He was played for the Billings Bowls Rugby Club.
Okay.
And so we went and I played, and it was the most terrifying thing that I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, I bet.
It's insanity.
Yes.
It's utter insanity. I had no idea what it was in for. I had no idea the amount of collision and all of it that happens in it.
Oh.
I mean, when you've only played football in your life with pads and helmets and all of this, and all of a sudden you don't have any of it,
Yeah, it probably feels
it's nuts.
You probably feel very exposed.
Yeah, it was one and done. Yeah, I'm good. That's
Yeah.
it. I'll see you on down the line.
It shot my dad's shoulders. My dad's shoulders are messed up. His nose got smashed a bunch. Yeah. It's a rough. That is a game for manly men.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to Bobby time real quick.
Hey, Bobby!
What's one thing you used to be afraid of as a kid that now seems silly?
I've gotten a lot better with turbulence on an airplane.
Okay.
I used to really not like turbulence on an airplane when I was a young man, and even into a young adult, and even into an adult. But Miss K is even worse with turbulence, that I've had to become the calm one. There's every relationship on an airplane, you need one person who stays calm, and so that's has to be me now. So now I'm fine.
I'm still as irrationally afraid of birds as I was when I was a kid.
I still hate
Nothing's
spiders.
really changed there.
Hate them.
I've gotten a little better with it, but I don't like them still, even flying around. I don't. I used to be scared of the dark as a kid. I don't know if that's irrational or not, but I used to be. And obviously more than fine with that now. But yeah. How about you, young Gabriel?
Yeah, I was going to say, you with birds is me with butterflies.
Really?
We went to a butterfly reservation in Toronto, and I was like sobbing. I was like, "Get me out of here now!"
You would have loved my buddy's wedding. Everybody got, as they were coming out of the ceremony, everybody got a little card that had a butterfly in it, and it was supposed to be this great monarch butterfly release as they came out, and monarchs everywhere. Well, something went wrong along the way, and it was the great massacre of the monarchs. They would all kind of come out, go up like 1 inch, and then dead.
Just dead?
Dead everywhere. There were just dead monarch butterflies everywhere. It was absolutely insane.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay. One more really quick. If your childhood bedroom suddenly became a museum exhibit, what random item would confuse everyone the most?
If what?
If your childhood bedroom suddenly became a museum exhibit, what random item would confuse everyone the most?
We used to have a pretty robust art teacher, and he was big on sculpting, and so we had, clays with kiln and such.
Yeah.
And I have a head of a pirate with a very pointy like goatee, with a the one eye mask thing, bald earrings, the whole thing. That if you know me at all, you would go, "What? Why would this be in here in any way, shape, or form?" And this was long before I saw Black Sails, so it's not like I had you had a great affection for pirates. I really had no point of reference on it growing up. Didn't read any of the novels or anything, but yeah, that's still in there. I'm sure it's still in my bedroom today. Which is crazy that my room is largely untouched 30 years later.
That's amazing. My room, that house is not my, it's still in the family. It's my cousin actually lives there now, but my bedroom is not my bedroom, I'm sure. I would probably think I had obviously I had Rex Chapman posters. I had the Bass Brothers, Costico's Brothers poster. I had a Ronnie Lott Hitman. I had a Montana poster. I had some Paula Abdul posters, which were, I don't think that would be confusing to anybody.
Self-explanatory.
I think the thing that might be the most interesting to people was that I had a grenade.
That's the mailbag.
That'll do it. Jeez.
That will do it. All right, when we come back, so much more to come, right? So much more to come.
That's
we
right.
Reach that portion of the program. So much more to come. You're listening to Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Add more fun to your fandom with the Ballybet Sportsbook app. Download today and get $50 in bonus bets when you place your first wager of $10 or more. Ballybet, an official sports betting partner of the Cleveland Browns. All right, what do you got for us, young Gabriel? You said you got a good question.
Enough from the Clown asks, has there ever been a game/contest on CBD that Gibbe has won?
No.
There's about to be.
I don't know that it's ever been close, honestly.
What's about to be?
Well, I mean, if you don't lose this one, you
win. No. There's no. Bo's won that. He just doesn't lose, but he doesn't win.
All right.
Accurate.
And by the way, the only people that are going to win are going to end up being the people that we care about the most when we go to door number 2. And
we get to discover what.
Have you shown restraint on that, or have you told him?
100% restraint to it. I'm a vault.
No, I'm amazed.
30,
it's been a great
30.
performance out of him. A great gatekeeping for performance.
Yeah. Let's all just calm down for a second here. All right, Bo, you're a hero. You're a champion.
Soldier.
We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see you next week, but you'll stay home tomorrow. We'll get it done. We got the final score of the season. We got some props. Yep. We got the over-unders. And we've got one-on-one with Todd Monken. Happy birthday, Coach.
It's going to be fun.
Keep it tuned here, 850 ESPN Cleveland.